is Shanna, Keto Rockstars. How's everybody doing tonight? This is your host, your funny favorite food addict, Amy Davis. Thank you for joining us tonight for tonight's Sunday Night Live. Looks like we have audio tonight. Also, if you're joining us, please feel free to post in the comments what city and state you are watching from. And whether you are watching it live or on the replay. Doesn't look like we have anybody joining live yet. So we're going to go ahead and get started. If you joined us last week, we had a blast. We did Superbowl Snacks, part 1. And tonight we're going to continue on with Superbowl Snacks. So hopefully we get some joiners here in just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and start. Hi, Sharon. We have a joiner. We have Sharon. I'm going to start with my disclaimer. Not a medical professional. Any information provided in this form is not to be used for medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or services to you or any other person. Any information provided in this form does not replace being seen by a physician. If you have a medical condition, please seek medical advice from a physician, or as always, please consult with a physician before changing your diet. So, as I was saying before, we're going to move on to part 2 of the Superbowl Snacks. So, should be a fun night. Full disclaimer, these are not my recipes. The recipes I'm going through tonight, I did not write these recipes. These are other people's recipes. Another disclaimer or disclosure, I have not tried 2 of the 3 recipes. So, these are going to be the first time I've ever tried making these, so they could fail. So it should be interesting and fun. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to pull up the recipe. Now, hopefully Liz joins us because she was on last week and Liz asked me to find a recipe that was a cauliflower recipe, but also had buffalo or some sort of hot sauce in it. So that's what I did. I went out and I found a recipe that had cauliflower and also hot sauce in it. And it's called Keto Cauliflower Wings. So we're going to, and it's made in the air fryer. Again, that's the first recipe we're going to start with. And again, I have my air fryer ready. And you probably don't need an air fryer to make this, but whenever possible, if it calls for the air fryer, I'm going to use that because the air fryer, I think, is so much easier than cooking in the oven. But if you don't have an air fryer, hi Tia, welcome. If you don't have an air fryer, don't fret. You could probably put these on a cookie sheet and pop them in the oven. So we're going to start with the first recipe, which is the keto cauliflower wings, which again, Liz, hi Kevin, Kevin's in the house. So Liz last week asked me to find a cauliflower recipe. So what I've done is I took a head of cauliflower and I chopped it up into florets. And then what I did was I beat 3 eggs, and these are in the small bowl here. Hey Kevin, how's it going? You're back for more fun this week, huh? We had a blast last week. So I have 3 beat eggs in the small bowl here. And then I have another bowl here that I'm going to combine almond flour. So I have 3/4 cup almond flour. And in case, I think I got this one at Costco. This is the brand that I use, Costco. They have it at Sam's Club now. If you don't have a membership, I think you can get it at any store, Meijer. Probably. I just started shopping at Aldi's again because I'm trying to save some money. Things are getting expensive. So just whatever store you shop at. If you're allergic to almond flour, I apologize. This recipe does call for almond flour. You probably could substitute coconut flour. But this one calls for 3/4 cup almond flour. So I'm going to combine that. So I have this mixing bowl here. Then it calls for 3/4 cup Parmesan cheese. Now the recipes I made If you haven't watched last week's live, go back to last week's live and make that Pizza Hut chicken. That had the Parmesan cheese in it. The Pizza Hut chicken last week, I think, was my favorite recipe that I tried last week. That was amazing. And then it calls for 1 teaspoon of garlic. I think my video just paused. I didn't like that I'm using music in it, but whatever. I'll fight that after the fact. 1 teaspoon garlic powder. Can you guys still, hi Kim, can you guys still hear and see me? Someone post in the comment that you can still hear and see me, please. That way I know I don't have to restart the video. Okay, so 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, a half teaspoon of smoked paprika. Okay, good, you can hear me. I don't have smoked paprika. I've looked for it before, haven't found it. I have regular paprika. So whenever it calls for smoked paprika, I always just use regular paprika. If you can find that, good for you. But I'm just gonna put a half a teaspoon of regular paprika in here. It should be fine. And then salt and pepper to taste. And this recipe says I used a half a teaspoon of each. So I'm just gonna put a half a teaspoon of each in here. Now last week I went all crazy and I did like 5 recipes. Oops, I just dropped that. I'm only doing 3 recipes today. That was a little insane last week and I was having a hard time managing it. They all came out excellent. Honestly. Those bacon wrapped onions last week were fire too. And the pizza dip was so good that I made that and took that to a get together at my nephew's house for his birthday. So definitely go back and watch those. Okay, so combine these. I just have a fork here. I'm just gonna stir this up really good. So this is gonna be our breading. Okay, so mix that up good. And then it just says, use parchment paper, but honestly, I'm just doing what I did last week, which these are my trays to my air fryer. I'm just gonna, I did learn my lesson last week. I'm gonna use my avocado oil and my favorite sprayer. I'm gonna spray this down. I don't think these should stick, but I think the coating will stick. So you never know. Okay, I'm gonna point this down a little bit so you guys can see what's going on here. Get this out of the way. Okay, can everybody see everything? Well, let me mix this up a little good. I see some spots in it. Fully mixed here. So what we're gonna do, move this over a little bit and get this out of the way. What we're gonna do is we're gonna dip the cauliflower in the egg mixture. Again, my hands are clean. Get it coated. And then we're gonna roll it into the Parmesan dip. And then we're gonna place it on here. We're gonna do each piece. And it said cut it into large florets, so that's what I did. Now, I'm a little skeptical about this because the cauliflower is not pre-cooked at all. Hi, Angela, how are you doing? So I'm a little skeptical about this recipe because I have not made it before. And I'm just curious because this cauliflower is not cooked at all. So it's only going to bake in the air fryer. And I may not do this whole thing. We may just do a few and then I'll cook the rest of these later. But I just want you to see how easy this is. So we're just gonna roll these in the egg and then roll them in the and then it says preheat your air fryer to 400 or 420. Mine doesn't really preheat, so we may just, if they need to cook a little longer, we just play it by ear and cook a little longer. That's how I do it with my air fryer. Mine does not preheat, So, I mean, I suppose I could heat it up, but then kind of messes up the baking time. Okay. What if I can fit one more on there? This is probably all I'm going to do on this live, and I'll probably finish doing these after the live, just so we can move on to something else. Because I have 3 recipes I want to get through. Wish Liz was on here. Hi, Carrie. How are you doing tonight? I found this recipe specifically for Liz. Okay. So let me get these out of the way. And let me get this stuff off my hands here. So I personally think I want to do the higher temperature setting. So I think I want to do, Angela says she just got a new double oven and my whole lower oven is an air fryer. That is awesome. Okay, so I'm moving these out of the way. Okay, so what we have here is we have breaded cauliflower in almond flour. And again, this is almond flour, Angela, so you'll have to make your special, you would have to do your special mixture. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, and you guys have all seen my air fryer now, and I sprayed this, and okay, my dad's on, and he says hi from my mom. So we're gonna put this on the top shelf here of the air fryer. I'm gonna find I don't know if I can go higher than 400. We're gonna find, I can only go up to 400. So I can only go to 400. And it says cook 10 to 12 minutes, flipping halfway through. So I'm gonna cook for 6 minutes and we'll flip halfway through. Okay. Now, while we're doing that, we need to come over here. Hopefully I can do this without losing the sound, because this is usually at the point I lose the sound. We're gonna come over to the stove. All right, can everybody see my stove? I got some stuff going on here. I have this little saucepan here. And what we're gonna do now, while those are cooking, we're gonna start the sauce. So, I have 1 cup of Frank's Red Hot Sauce. And I've already portioned this out into this little thing here. This little container. And 4 tablespoons of butter. So I'm just going to put the butter in here. Maybe if I can get it out of there. And we're going to heat up the saucepan. And then when those cauliflower florets are done, we're going to actually coat them in the hot sauce. Okay, so this just gets heated up and the butter melts. And that's all we do with that. And then we're going to move on to the next recipe. And I suppose I don't want that on high heat. So that's just hot sauce and butter. Can't go wrong with that. All right. When this goes off, we're going to flip those. And then it says coat them. So I actually got another pan out with some tin foil on it, and I'm going to put them on there and just drizzle this over them and coat them in there. Okay. And I don't really think you need to, heat over medium heat until the butter melts, and that's all you have to do with this. So these are really actually easy. And the butter's almost melted. So once we do that, we're going to go back over and start on our second recipe, which should be very interesting. Okay. That's pretty much done. Okay, so we're gonna come back over here and talk about our second recipe. Sorry, I know I'm really close. Okay, so those are still in the air fryer. Let me put this back here. Okay. All right, so the second recipe I thought sounded interesting. Let me get everything for that over here. Sorry, my counters are not very big. So it's actually challenging to do multiple recipes here. But we make do. And sorry guys, I'm not buying another house. Okay, so let me get to my next recipe. So this one is also a buffalo-ish recipe. Hope you guys like spicy food. This one is called buffalo chicken cheese sticks. And I'm gonna need another air fryer tray because these also go in. Now this one I'm not sure about, but I liked the ingredients. I thought they were interesting. I'm gonna need another mixing bowl. I knew there was a reason why I got more than one mixing bowl out. And the ingredients are 1 cup of shredded cooked chicken. And I don't know if this is a cup or not. Maybe I should get a measuring cup out and make sure it's a cup. Sorry, I thought I had all of this. So I want to talk about this chicken for a second. You can cook your own chicken, but what I used, I had some of these canned chickens from Sam's Club, and I'm like, I'm just going to use one of these cans. They're pretty clean, I think. No preservatives, no MSG. And I get these from, like I said, Sam's Club. So I'm like, instead of making and baking a chicken breast, I'm just going to use one of those cans. Easy peasy. So let me just make sure I have a cup. I mean, I don't think it's going to hurt anything to have more or less, but I just want to make sure the recipe is. Yeah, I have more than a cup, so I only want to use a cup. Okay, so there's a cup of chicken. We're going to put that in there. We're going to put everything in here but the feta cheese. And I've never made this recipe before, so we're going to figure this out together. And honestly, I'm not quite sure I completely understand the whole recipe, so it should be interesting. So we're going to put a cup of shredded cooked chicken, 1/4 cup of buffalo sauce. Now, the buffalo sauce I really like is this Primal Kitchen, and I believe they sell this at Costco. So in a 2-pack, and it's a no dairy buffalo sauce with avocado. All right, it's time to flip this out of the way. It's time to flip our cauliflower. So let's see what this looks like. I'm gonna need some tongs. I have over here. Let's see what these look like. Actually, they look kind of breaded, and they are getting brown, at least on the top side. So we're going to flip them the best that we can. I mean, they're a little shapely. These look really good. Actually, they smell really good too. Usually cauliflower stinks when you're cooking it, but okay, so we'll flip those and we're gonna cook them. Stick them back in there for 400, because That's the highest we can go for another 6 minutes and see where we're at. Okay. So where were we on this? We were chicken. Oh, I was talking about my Primal Kitchen buffalo sauce that I get at, I thought I had a spoon here, that I get at Costco. No dairy. I actually will just grill a chicken breast. Hey, Lillian. Yeah, Costco has a sauce, Kevin. That's what I thought. So I use the Frank's, which I think Frank's has some bad ingredients in it. I used the Frank's for the first recipe, but no, good, better, best. I think Frank's probably has some cornstarch or something in it. And then I use the this for the buffalo, the Primal Kitchen for this recipe. Okay. Then 1 cup of mozzarella cheese. So I have that already prepackaged out. I'm going to dump that in there. And then 1 large egg, and I have another egg in a container here. Now, what these are going to be, these are called buffalo chicken cheese sticks. So I've already mixed, kind of mixed up an egg here in this little bowl. So we're going to mix all this together. And I think what we're going to do, or at least how I envision this, is to roll these in like little mozzarella sticks. The directions are a little sketch. I don't like that. It says press the mixture into a 12-inch thick circle. I don't understand that. Press it into a 12-inch thick circle. Does that mean flatten it into like a pizza? I don't think so. I think you should roll them into little mozzarella sticks and then bake them. That's what I think. Maybe you do press it into a pizza and then cut it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe we should take a vote. Who thinks I should shape them into little mozzarella sticks? Post in the comments. And then who thinks I should press it into a flat, like round? Yeah, it just says press it into a 12-inch thick circle. And then cut it into sticks. I would press it very flat and then cut it into sticks. Flat and cut later. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do what the instructions say. Now it says, sprinkle the mixture with feta and place into the air fryer basket. Okay, half and half. Okay, I think we're going to press it into a circle like it says. So I'm just gonna spread this out in here. And then we're gonna cut it when it comes out, okay? Because that's actually what the instruction says. That's not what I envision doing. But I think I'm starting to see what they say. And I think this is because if you have an air fryer that's a basket, maybe that works a little better. So we're gonna oh, I didn't spray it. I probably should have sprayed it. It says circle, so I'm going with circle. Okay. I'm going with the circle here, because that's what it says, and then we're going to cut it when it comes out. Alright, I think that looks about good. And then we're going to sprinkle this with crumbled feta cheese. I probably should have sprayed this, but it did not say to spray it. This better be good, because this really sounded good to me when I was thinking about it. And it says crumbled feta on top. Does anybody not like feta cheese? I was thinking more like mozzarella sticks. But we will see, I guess. Isn't this fun, like not knowing what we're doing and figuring it out together with everybody on here? I got this feta cheese at Aldi's. Okay, so our cauliflower just finished, which is perfect timing. Yeah, you don't have to use aluminum foil, Angela. I just use it for easy cleanup. That's a good point, though. Angela's very cancer conscious. She's a cancer survivor, so you don't have to put the aluminum foil on in the air fryer. I have just been doing it for faster cleanup. Okay, so here is what our cauliflower looks like. Doesn't that look delicious? I think that's pretty done, I guess. I'm going to move this over here, and we are going to put these in the oven. So this is what this looks like, okay? This is what our 12-inch square or whatever inch square looks like. And then it says, set the timer for 8 minutes, and then after 5 minutes, flip over the... I ain't flipping this thing, man. There ain't flipping over that cheese mixture. Okay, adjust the temperature for 400 for 5 minutes. We'll see what it looks like after 5 minutes. Like I said, I'm not sure about that, but it said press. Looks like a pizza, yeah, and I think you cut it into like mozzarella type strips. Hey, Sherry. Alright, so let's come back over here and let's see what's going on with the cauliflower. Because now, what we can do, we got our cauliflower, we can drizzle okay, so we've got our baked cauliflower, see that? And now what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to take this butter hot sauce mixture. Can everybody see? Okay. Can you guys see? All right, let me adjust this. Hold on this way. That's a little better. And then so what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take the hot sauce and toss it. This is not really tossing, but you get the point. So that these are kind of coated in the... I suppose what you could do too, you could probably put them in a baggie, a Ziploc baggie, and shake them. This will work too. Okay, so I wish Liz was on here. I found this recipe just for her. So I'm going to let these be for now because we're going to come back because I'm actually going to try these and let you know how they are. because I have not had that recipe either. So I'm probably going to eat these in front of you again and let you know how they are so that you know if they're good or not. Or at least my opinion of them. Tongs then to platter. Dip them. I had tongs, yeah, then to platter. So I have some tongs. My tongs are right here. Okay. I have one final recipe. Well, that is baking. I am really curious about that thing. I don't know how that's going to turn out. Alright, so let me get the third thing. This I have made. I think I need a bowl. A glass bowl. And I don't think I have a glass bowl out. So let me see. Oh, actually I could just do it in here. Okay, so the third thing that we are making, and this is me and my dad's favorite, and he's in here. Sorry, Dad. But Dad, you get to see how I make these now. My dad and I often get together and we will have bacon wrapped jalapenos. So these are jalapeno poppers. So I cut, and I highly recommend if you're going to cut or do any working with jalapenos, and I don't follow this rule, and I'm dumb because I always end up sticking my finger in my eyeball and then crying over it. Wear gloves. Do yourself a favor, don't be dumb like me. So I have cut up some jalapenos that I got from Flamingos, which is a nice little Mexican grocery store over by where I work across the street. So I cut these up, and then what we're going to do, and so I've already scooped them out and deveined them. So what we do is we take 3 ounces of full fat cream cheese, and then we are going to put a cup of shredded cheddar. I already have that here. I'll put that in there. And then a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. I love my garlic powder. So let me get that in there. And we're going to mix that up. We may not be able to mix it up yet because we may have to do the next step, which is stick that in the microwave and soften it. Okay, so it says stick this in the microwave for 30 seconds to stir. Okay, so our other thing has finished. So let's take a look at how this is doing. Oh my gosh. Check that out. I am not sure about this. It looks interesting. This is really wild. Let me just hold it up there again. I'm not sure if it needs to go back in. So this is the chicken mozzarella buffalo. Let me see if I can cut this. That is crazy. Okay, hold on. Let me see what happens when I cut this. In the strips. I need a knife. Hold on. Isn't this fun? Might not be done yet. It's not cuttable. Okay, well, that's going back in. That is not done. But I'm going to put it on a lower tray. Because it's kind of brown on the top. That is wild. It looks good. I still think I would have formed them into little mozzarella cheese rolls instead of cutting them. Interesting. That's wild how those look. Okay, let me go get the out. I know these are going to be fire because I make this all the time. Okay, so now we're going to stir up the cream cheese and the cheddar and the garlic. Oh, that smells garlicky. Okay. Hi, Emily Ann. How are you doing? It was good to see you the other night. All right. So now what we're going to do, let me get a spoon. We're going to take this filling and you're just going to, it might be able to flip now, Dad. You're right. I don't know though. I don't know if I have a spatula that's big enough for that. You're wanting me to be brave. I don't have a spatula big enough for that. I need like a pizza spatula to flip that. Hold on, let me see what I got. Give me a second. I didn't know I was gonna need a. I don't have a pizza spatula. I don't think it's gonna flip. I have a big spatula. Let's see if I can find it. That thing is crazy huge. Here's my spatula. Hold on. Alright, hold on. I got a big spatula. Let's see if we can. Let's see what we can do with this. All that feta cheese, though. See my big spatula? All the feta cheese, though, is on the top. I don't want to burn myself either. Oh, man. This thing's soft. No. Nope, you cannot flip it. It's soft. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know about this recipe. This might be a fail, guys. Let's put it back in. See if it gets crunchy or something. I'm going to cook it some more. We're going to see what happens. Meanwhile, back on the jalapenos. We're filling the jalapenos with the mixture. Garlic cheese. So Dad, when I make us the jalapenos, this is all it is. My dad grows a garden because he loves jalapenos, and he'll bring them to me and say, could you make those jalapeno poppers? And this is, put some parchment paper on your counter and flip it. That's a great idea, Kim. Let's try that. Okay, give me a second here. We're going to try that. Hold on, let me move this out of the way, okay? We're going to try that. Alright, let me get another board out because I don't want to ruin my counter. Alright, great idea, Kim. Get the parchment paper out. Hold on. Where's the parchment paper? Right here. Alright, let's try this. This is interesting. Isn't this fun, though? Cooking with friends. Can't go wrong. Alright, let's see what happens when we, oh, I just got my glove in it. This is how I do cheesecakes, Kim. Actually, I do it like this. Well, I do it like this. Hold on. You take this. and you put it like this, right? And then you do this. That's how you do it. Yeah, it's stuck. And it's hot. Okay, this is a fail. Well, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Interesting. Well, I probably would have gone with my original idea, which was to shape them into little round mozzarella cheese sticks and not like this. Because I think this is a fail. Okay. Yeah. What if we... I wonder if we let it cool, shape them. Yeah. Okay. I got an idea. I have a feeling this is good. I'm gonna let this cool for a minute. We'll come back to this, okay? I'm not done with that yet. I'm not done with it yet. Let me bring the other thing back. Okay, that's just an empty air fryer beeping. Well, shoot, that's the first thing that hasn't gone well. It's okay though. Okay, we're gonna finish filling these. Almost done. And then we're going to get these in the air fryer. What time is it? It's 8:43. We may not have time to salvage that. We'll see. Okay. Got a little bit left. I really like the garlic. You don't have to put the garlic in them if you don't want to, but that's part of the recipe. Okay, so then what you do is you take your bacon, get this out of the way. Take your bacon and we're gonna wrap, and I need another one of these. We're going to wrap the bacon around these. You could secure them with a toothpick if you need to. And then we're going to stick these on the air fryer. Okay. And then we're going to pop these in there. These are so good. And I promise you, these will not fail. This came out of a book, Angela. This came out of a book. This was not a online recipe. So I can't look this one up, unfortunately. So there's no comments on it. That's a good idea, though. I do that too, if it's an online recipe. So I put all of my cookbook recipes into my recipe app so that I have all my favorite cookbooks and online recipes in one place. And this just happened to be an air fryer cookbook with a lot of awesome recipes in it. Okay, so I have this air fryer tray full of these, and we're going to put these on here. Ugh. I can slide that in. Why is that not clicking? There we go. Alright, and this goes in for 400 for 12 minutes. It says to flip it, but I don't trust flipping those either because the cheese will all come out of it. Alright, so let me wash my hands. Alright, I think that's cool enough. Let me take this off. So Angela, this is kind of why I use the, I know you don't like the aluminum foil, but this is kind of why I use it. Let me get some more. And then I'm going to try to do something with these real quick. Hold on, no cooking. Alright. So we have a clean slate here. I'm going to try something here on the fly. We're going to spray this. Alright? Don't lose faith in me yet. I'm going to bring this back. Okay? I think it's cool. Alright, let me see. I have to touch this with my finger. Sorry, guys. Let's see if we can roll these into like mozzarella sticks. Was what I was originally thinking. I just don't know if this was a good recipe. It sounded good on paper, but I just don't think it's baking like it's supposed to. We're gonna try one more time, and if not, guess what? We had a failed recipe. Of course, we're already halfway cooked by now. And actually, we don't have to do the whole thing. I can just do a few, and we can see, which is what I think I'm going to do. You would think the cheese would hold it together. See what that does. Alright, I'm going to stick these in too. And we're going to see what happens. See if those are even salvageable. I have a feeling they're probably not. Kevin, are you drinking beer? What is Kevin doing? Yeah. Alright, Kevin, you drinking beer? It's a keto beer, right? Okay, meanwhile, I'm going to taste. Let me get a plate. Let me get a plate. And let's see what these cauliflower things are about. I'm going to try a bite of this chicken mix though. See if it's at least any good. Alright, let me get a chair. Alright. Let's see. White Claw, that's my favorite, Kevin. I like a good White Claw. Kathy's here. Hey, Kathy. Okay, let's see what's going on with these buffalo cauliflower. Okay, these are what we made tonight. Let's see if they're any good. I think these would go good with. Hold on, let me get something. We need a little bit of blue cheese dressing. Okay, just a little tad here. Actually, that's not bad. If you like the taste of wings, chicken wings, of course, see, I would just eat chicken wings. But Elizabeth asked me to make something with cauliflower and buffalo dip, so I made this for Liz. So Liz, there's your buffalo cauliflower recipe. Now this is at mozzarella chicken fail. Actually, it's not bad. Just I don't like the delivery of it. The mixture of it tastes good. Let me pop that open and see what's happening. They're just like mushy little, they're just mushy little mush balls. What if you could make like meatballs out of them? Yes, Kevin, yes. The breading on the cauliflower could be used for anything. For sure. That breading would be good for anything. So, full disclosure, this chicken mix, buffalo chicken mix, is really good. I don't like the concept of it though. I don't like maybe as a meatball. I'll post the recipe. Yeah, I think maybe rolling them up into balls. Full disclosure, the delivery of it is what's not working for me. Like rolling it flat into a 12-inch circle and then cutting it, the delivery of it didn't work. So, maybe when I post that recipe, I think the meatball idea might be good. Because, honestly, I'm going to get a little bit more of this. This mixture actually is really good. It's just, what do you do with it? Throw it in a bowl and eat it like cereal. So, another thing I could see doing with this is taking all these ingredients and putting it in a crock pot and serving it as dip. Rather than trying to air fry it. So making like a dip to go with like pork rinds or celery or like a buffalo, almost like a buffalo dip. Yeah, and sprinkling the feta on top. Ooh, and my air fryer's leaking a grease. Oh, the bacon grease. Wow. Interesting. All right. Yeah. So, not sure about that buffalo chicken cheese thing. It's good. Just the delivery of it isn't good. So, okay, so we need to talk about what our next live is going to be. My hair is like crazy tonight. I know I mentioned something about salad dressings, and then Kevin mentioned something last week about the salad dressings. Is that something you guys want to see? Homemade salad dressing? Because this stuff is crap. I know I'm eating it. It looks cute. Thanks, Sherry. This salad dressing, this stuff has like cornstarch, sugar, all kinds of crap. So I was going to show how to make like 2 or 3 different salad dressings. Another thing I'd like to do is like some sort of donut. How to make donuts. Okay, salad recipes. That would be a whole nother night. Yeah, that's a good idea. If I put it without the foil, it might air fry on both sides. Good point, Dad. Sorry, Jim is my dad, so I'm gonna call him Dad in the live. So maybe if I didn't use the foil, maybe it would have baked better. So I shouldn't use the foil because it's not baking properly. The airflow is not going through the air fryer. Right? That is a good idea. So next time I will not use the foil. The only thing is in the lives, when I'm doing so many things at once and I need to take the foil off and put new foil on and throw something else in there, it makes it easier for me for the cooking shows. That's the only thing. I don't know that this air fryer is so old, I don't think I can. It's like 8 years old. I don't know. The air fryer, the Power Air Fryer Oven XL is what it's called. And I've had it for 7 or 8 years. It's like old. They don't make it anymore. Doing both sides at once, you could do for the whole time instead of moving. Set of smaller air fryer pans on top of yours. How would you do that, Angela? Okay, this is dangerous. Hold on. Okay, are these cooked through? Alright, what I'm probably going to do with these, I'm not going to take this tray out because there's a lot of bacon grease on here. Well, it just kind of came out. Hold on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick off some of these with my tongs. Let me get the tongs and I will show you this. These are piping hot. But I think they're done. I think the bacon's perfect. Look at those. Woo! Don't those look good? So, yeah, did you see my cat? Yeah, he smells the bacon, sorry. And normally they're locked up for the live, but not tonight. Sorry about that. Okay, so, yeah, my dad can confirm that I make these for him, and these are good. So, we had 3 recipes. 2 were good. You're not a jalapeno eater. These are good. The bacon wrapped cheese jalapenos, Kim, are pretty good. If you're not a jalapeno eater, you might not eat them. Did you watch the recipes from last week? There was a lot of good stuff in there from last week. We did bacon wrapped onions. We did bacon wrapped shrimp. We did, what else did we do? I bought some mushrooms from Aldi's I was going to make mushrooms, but I bought some that were already made. I'm going to have to let this cool down before I clean this up because I don't want to burn myself. What else did we do? Oh, pizza dip. Oh yeah, the Pizza Hut chicken. That was my favorite. We did Pizza Hut chicken, so go back and get that recipe from last week. And I did a pizza dip, and honestly, if you're going to make the Pizza Hut chicken, make the Pizza Hut dip and dip the Pizza Hut chicken in the pizza dip. And then I did the pickles. So honestly, I had leftover pickles. I didn't like the pickles at first, probably because I thought the breading on the Pizza Hut chicken was way better than the breading on the pickles, but then I ate leftover pickles for my lunch, and they tasted really good. So I would do the pickles. Oh, so good. The bacon wrapped onions are phenomenal. So good. So good. And it didn't take long to wrap the bacon around the onions. Now, the other thing about, I baked them in the oven like it said. If you have an air fryer, yeah, that's a great idea, Kevin. If you don't like jalapenos, do what Kevin said and use the those mini bell sweet peppers. They're like the little, they look like jalapenos, but they're the sweet red orange peppers. That's a great idea, Kevin. Kevin's rocking this keto thing, by the way. This one might not be as done, but it'll be all right. Yep. The pickles was really good, especially if you dip it in ranch or blue cheese. And I need some ideas for some future lives, so like hour or less type of ideas. Obviously, I can't really demo anything that takes 5 hours. Yeah, meatloaf. I saw your pictures of your meatloaf, Kim. That looked amazing. It's really good. I wrote my own recipe for meatloaf. So maybe I should do a live on my meatloaf recipe. It's really good. Love meatloaf. Yeah, so if you guys have any, I also thought about doing, it's kind of cold to do ice cream, but I thought about doing an ice cream episode. Donuts is on my list. Liz made me think of donuts, so yeah, sorry that recipe failed, but we had fun trying to get it to work. But it'll be all right. Oh wait, hold on. That's still in there. Let's see what they're doing. Let me get this out. Yeah, they're still mushy. They're better, but they're still mushy. So I would probably just take all these ingredients and yeah, it's just, I don't even know, maybe make a meatball or, yeah, see, they're just mush. They don't really do anything except get grease on your pants. I just got grease. Goody Monsters, donuts, ice cream. I don't put anything in my coffee anymore. I used to put, let me get something out here, see if I still have them. I used to put heavy whipping cream, and then I used to put like these in there. Well, this one's probably more for iced tea, but I used to put these in there, Sweet Drops, which are stevia sweetener. This one is orange flavored, so I think I used to put that in my iced tea. I'm hangry. I'm always hangry. But now, I think when I stalled on my weight loss, I cut a bunch of stuff out and I started drinking black coffee. And that's when I started the intermittent fasting. And I lost an additional 20 pounds, 20 to 30 pounds. And actually, I really like black coffee now. I got off the heavy whipping cream. I got off all the sweeteners. Yep, I never went back. He wants you to bring him food. Well, John, I've got jalapeno poppers. I've got this buffalo chicken mash. I don't even know what it is. And then we've got cauliflower, buffalo cauliflower. Almond milk and coffee. Is that what you drink, Kevin? What does everybody drink in their coffee? And then I'm going to throw a plug out for Victorian Pantry. So we spend a little money and we will splurge. I think I just sat in grease too, but that's okay. And we will buy on the weekend only. We drink our Victorian Pantry coffee. Probably Sherry. It'll probably heat up good. And we order this, but this is expensive coffee and it's flavored. So we drink flavored coffee on the weekends with nothing in it. Still keto, even though it's flavored. And we grind it. We have a grinder. It's whole bean. We grind it up and drink that only on the weekends. And then through the week we drink just like Folgers. So not a coffee drinker, just cold tea. Oh, I like my tea too. And I tell you what I drink, and this is supposedly really good for you. Green tea. I've been trying to switch to tea in the evenings. So I get my green tea from Costco that comes in a box. And I know there is some caffeine in green tea, but it's a lot less than coffee because I am a coffee addict. So, you think these are like lasagna? Sherry? You think? Maybe. So I switched to my green tea, and it's supposed to help like calm the nerves and antioxidants and all this other stuff. So I drink a lot of tea too. But again, I got used to just drinking it with nothing in it. Okay, I'll let you know. I mean, it tastes really good. The recipe itself is really good. I'm not gonna lie. The ingredients are good. It's just, I don't know how to shape it or set it up, or I bet you balls, like meatballs, would be good. Maybe that's what I'm going to do with the rest of them, is shape them into little balls. What do you think? Okay. I mean, it doesn't matter. It tastes good. So, I mean, I can take it for my lunch. So, well, we're past time. Any questions, comments, anything else anyone else wants to say before we sign off tonight? What do we want to do next week? We want to do hard to sprinkle with feta. Yeah. When they're in balls. I know. The feta cheese made it look really cool. Especially when it burnt on the top. You might be able to roll it in feta. I don't know. Press it into it. I don't know. At least maybe on one side. Superbowl. Should we not have a live? Carnivore chips. So, do carnivore chips, like, make them or buy them? Because they sell carnivore chips. That's a brand of chips. You want me to make carnivore chips out of like chicken? See if you can find a recipe. Do you have a recipe, Angela? Like a chicken carnivore? Okay. We'll see. I may do salad dressings. Yeah. I may do salad dressings next week because I know Kevin asked for those too, so we'll see. We'll see. I go to the store, so I gotta see what ingredients I feel like buying. I get traumatized every time I go to the store now. Anybody else get traumatized when they go to the store? I do. Alright guys, well I think that's it. Thanks for hanging with me as I failed on that recipe. You guys are awesome. I love hanging out with you on Sunday nights, and we are now 11 minutes past the hour, so I'm going to sign off. See you next week. Have a good one.